Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Confused to Focus TV, where we break free from all limitations. I am so excited to be before you today. I am Coach Lekeisha, and definitely today, as I always say, each and every episode is a great episode. We're going to have a great one today, family. We're going to be talking about fueling your creativity, wellness, your mindset, and always understanding your purpose. I'm so excited about this episode, family, and you already know. Make sure you subscribe to this amazing channel and make sure you share with somebody else. And let's get into it because I'm so excited for us to continue to talk about our creativity, family. So you already know how we start our shows off before anything else. We always do our signature. Smile. Definitely smile for me, family. It's important for us to uplift each other with a smile and definitely understanding the power of it. And I always talk about the power of smiling, and it's important for us to be able to engage in that, understanding why it's important to smile, and definitely implement that our daily lives to understand how when we smile, it's really putting fuel into our tank and it's really sharpening our creativity for us to move forward ahead. Because like we say all the time, it is so important for us to begin to utilize that muscle of smiling because it builds endorphins. It also definitely builds character for ourselves. And guess what? Most others really like being around someone that smiles. It really is an automatic engagement, and it's an inviting tool that we can use for ourselves and definitely not only uplifts ourselves, but others around us. It really brings the conversation on, and honestly, it really encourages, enhance, and any others for them to communicate with us. Honestly, it really doesn't take a lot to smile. You don't need a medical degree or any type of degrees that is, honestly, you just bring it out. It's free of charge. And then honestly, you can continue to move on with it. And it starts a great communication tool for yourself. So I really encourage each and every one of you to begin to understand the effects of smiling. Like I always say, I always leave fun facts when it comes to smiling. It builds our endorphins. Honestly, it really engages others to communicate with you. And honestly, it really helps us with our health and well-being in our bodies. It really brings some wellness within ourselves versus negativity or something where it's really going to harm us. Honestly, you got to think of the big picture of smiling. Smiling is going to be something for yourself to be able to engage in. And honestly, it's a great tool for you to be able to understand how to build some creativity for yourself. I just want to leave it there, family. It's important for us always get my fun facts out of funfact.com, and definitely for our amazing tools and our resources for us to connect with, honestly, through my books, through other books out there. And guess what? There's actually resources and understanding other people that are actually doing this as a profession. Did you know that? I'm telling you, it is. There are smiling out there, conversations that are going on. People are actually have a structured process and actually have courses, and definitely has really built when it comes to actually using as a day-to-day process for yourself. Most people don't even think about that. It is the process for others that they need it because they haven't smiled in a while, or they haven't used this resource of smiling at all. Mostly they frowned most of the day. And honestly, that has been really a pattern, maybe from childhood or from the environment they've been around. And honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, most people are smiling because there's nothing to smile about for themselves. Honestly, it's better to survive, as they say. And honestly, I really believe all of us are survivors at heart, but it's a mindset, really, honestly, to really engage in it. It's important for us to really think on things that are going to be great for your body, great for your mindset, great for the people around you, and great for the collective if it's your purpose to move forward in it. I feel that it is, and I feel like we're all going to be able to engage ourselves with that. So definitely, I always want us to always smile. So therefore, our next segment is always our affirmations. Affirmations are a great tool that we should start out early in the day, honestly. Start out first thing in the morning, and when you open your eyes, just really saying something very positive for yourself. I am wonderful. I can do it. I can actually create great things. I can do hard things. Begin to tell yourself that each and every day. And guess what? Acknowledge and say, I am a creative. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this amazing show, family. So we're going to get into it. Like I said, this topic is really amazing for us to begin to engage in. Is fueling our creativity, wellness in our mind and purpose. So I'm so excited, family. So we're going to get into it. This particular episode is going to start off with our doing our hot topics as well too. So when the hot topics, when it comes to smiling and really understanding what that means, is really going to be engaging. So this particular hot topic is coming out of Work Human. And those are the creative styles that really talks about how we can actually begin to understand our well-being. So it's titled From Thank You to Thriving, a deeper look at how recognizing and amplifying well-being and how important it is. That's interesting, right? So this article began to talk about that there is no secret weapon for employees for their well-being to be acknowledged. And also talking about, you know what, since the post-pandemic, because that's where we're in, right? The landscape of it, we're really been going through a lot. And it's saying that we've been pretty much suffering. You know, the employees, you know, they have struggles and they're having stress, they're burnt out. Definitely the loneliness is real. And in that, you know, it's really hard to really regroup and really engage with them for being something fulfillment for themselves. It's really affecting their mental health, family. That's interesting. That is really something that we really need to think about. So what now? What do we do? Well, the fun fact of this is really there's great news. It's great news for us to understand, to be aware that this is really happening and not to ignore it. It's important for us to understand how we can engage in something different. So the article tells us that, you know, we really need to have employee recognition. We really need to have that. And we need to really give the flowers to our employees and really just let them know that, you know what, you did a great job today. You know what, I really appreciate you. And guess what? Just say thank you. Thank you. And how important that is. You know, when you're engaging people with a thank you, it really is a great thing. And another thing that the article also states, you know what, when you give a thank you, let's throw a celebration. And, you know, celebration, maybe a card or maybe a cake or maybe a celebration and saying, you know, we're going to dedicate lunch for you today. Just really just showing how important you are to us. Isn't that amazing? That's really a great engagement, right? There's a great engagement just to do and have a process put in play. Wow. This is a great process for us ourselves, you know, and honestly, you know, it's really engaging for us to rethink on those things that are great and then for our employees and for ourselves. I feel honestly, that's a great tribute for all of us to really apply in our lives. You know, I love this. And this article really is great for all of us today. So that's what I got for you for our hot topics. And this is out of workhuman.com, workhuman.com. I think that's great, family. I feel that you're encouraged. I feel like I am too. Oh, wow. I really believe I want to tell somebody how much I appreciate them, right? That's truly what the whole point is. We need to appreciate each other. Give people their flowers. If it's a phone call, if it's just contacting them, send them a text message or send them a letter or send them an email, whatever it is. People need to know how you feel about them. Some people have, you know, those affirmations. They need them, especially men. You know, men need affirmations and women need affirmations too. We may need to meet it in a different way, or we may exemplify it in a different way, but you know, it is a form of communication. It's healthy. It's something for all of us to really think about. We need to make sure we're constantly doing that in a repeated process, whatever it is. Sometimes you don't have to do the monetary, giving monetary value, but just actually showing how they're valued. It's all about respect. It's all about uplifting, and it's all about connecting in that way. Don't ever forget that, family. I think that's great. This hot topic is really great for all of us to adapt, family. So the next segment is really going into this amazing show, just talking about fueling your creativity when it comes to wellness of our mind and purpose. You know, when we think about creativity, family, I feel that a lot of us are really creative souls. And we express it in so many different ways, you know, and we began to, you know, really honestly don't really know how to really manage it sometimes. I understand that. I'm being a creative soul myself. I like my creativity, and sometimes I like to express it when it comes to my journal. I like to express it when it comes to my singing. I like to express it when it comes to actually affirmations, giving those out. It's easy for me to do that. Some people like, pretty much they're musicians. They love doing their artistry in their song, whether singing, whether it's through an instrument, like I said, and they just love to do it, things in that way, right? So, one thing about it, just give me an example. We are creative at heart, and I believe we're creative in our own way. Sometimes, when we're expressing our creativity, I would say this, others may not understand it because guess what? They may create in a different way. It's okay. You want to get around people that are really boosting you up and actually understanding how your creative style is. Like I said, you may be a musician, you might be an artist, you might be someone that's a homemaker, maybe somebody that is actually, a baker. You want to get around people that are the same as you. You want to connect in that way. That way, you're always getting that resource of gratification the way that they are exemplifying. Guess what? Because they're like-minded. They're just like you. Now, mind you, if there's somebody that's not like you, that's fine. But one thing about it is you want to begin to refuel yourself in the talents that you are in. That way, you don't feel like that you're alone. You don't feel like that you're just, on the island by yourself. And you don't feel like you're doing something wrong. I want to point this out for you because a lot of times we feel like we're doing something wrong. We're not the correct, or we're not doing something in a logical way. Honestly, you are correct. Be you, be who you are. As you uplift yourself in that environment and then structure yourself around the people that are actually cheering you on, that are just like you'll feel a lot more comfortable. You'll resonate more, and then you'll be able to get the feedback and all your creativity in that way because you're fueling yourself in the around the people that are just like you. Like musicians hang out with each other. They actually do so many great things for them to each other. They write music together. They create in a different way. And guess what? They continue their creative juices because they got more ideas around each other. It's almost like they have a master class with each other. I feel like all of us do. We need to get around the same people that are fueling yourself in order for you to continue on being creative. Therefore, you're actually able to fill your arsenal up even more positivity for yourself. It's important for all of us to do that. If you are a writer, be around writers. If you are an author, be around those that are authors. If you are a speaker, be around those that are speakers. That way you can continue to have creative ideas, and then you have your own mastermind together, and you're able to begin to exemplify those areas of your creativity. It's important for us to do those things, family. So therefore, you can always refuel your arsenal, and you can always continue to understand that you matter, because you do matter. Your well-being means something. A lot of times we need to refuel ourselves and our mindset, and we need to constantly, honestly understand who we are. Only reason why we're feeling stressed out and only ways why we're feeling burnt out is because we're doing something opposite of what I was just talking about, opposite of what you need at that moment. Balance with yourself. Have balance when it comes to everything that you're applying. If you have a to-do list, write that to-do list down. First thing in the morning, what you need to do. And in the afternoon and in the evening, write those areas down, what you need to do. Therefore, you actually have a structured plan for yourself, and you're able to commit to everything that you need to do. And if you have others, like maybe you have children, maybe you have other obligations with the workspace, maybe you have your business, have a structured plan. It's important for you to plan everything that you need to do. And guess what? Cheer yourself along the way. Check mark. Celebrate. Always celebrate with a clap, with a yay. Have a celebration, maybe a party dance, whatever it is. Begin to acknowledge when you have finished an accomplishment, and therefore move on to the next task. You're able to feel freer. You're able to feel more connected, and you're able to feel more conquered, honestly, and confident. All of those areas as well. This is really helping yourself and your well-being as you begin to have a strategic plan for yourself. It's important for all of us to begin to build and begin to understand that we need to build in an appropriate way for yourselves. Therefore, you're able to manage everything. You don't want to overload yourself. You don't want to overload yourself, put more on your bandwidth that you can handle. And actually, honestly, like I always say, I am Coach Lekeisha. No is a complete sentence. If you need to say no to not doing extra, it's okay. You need to understand that it's truly okay for you to build in a process that you have currently right now. Honestly, no is maybe a no right now, right? It's just saying no right now. You may want to do it and you may do it later, but it's okay to acknowledge that. And also let others know that as well. It's okay to let others know. Feel confident in this. Understand this. And that's therefore you won't be stressed out, you won't be burnt out, and you won't be overloaded. Prioritize what you need to do. It's important for us to make sure I prioritize ourselves, family. It's important for us to do that. So as we continue on, it's important for us to acknowledge all the areas that we need to acknowledge for ourselves. Make this simple for yourself. Make life simple, family. Only do what you need to do at that moment and only acknowledge what you need to acknowledge that you need to connect with. And it's okay to say that you can't do it. It's okay. I keep saying that. It is okay for you to say, I can't do it. Like I said, no is a complete sentence. So it's important for us to acknowledge these processes for ourselves and acknowledge what we can do. Therefore, we can always rebuild and move forward in having these processes in place. Goal set, family. Have these goals and set for yourself. And therefore, you can open up to anything else that you want to do. As you begin to finish what the one task and then go to the next task, and then you're having confidence with it, guess what? You're going to power up in your creativity. You're going to understand how you're able to ignite yourself and actually able to build up having these goals set in place. That's how you're able to achieve everything. That's how you're able to connect with everything that you want to do. Prioritize you. It's important for us to prioritize ourselves. And as we continue to prioritize ourselves, you're going to feel more confident. You're going to feel more accomplished. And you're going to have a great, amazing time when you're doing it. It's important for us to understand that. It's important for us to do it with a smile. And you're going to be more apt to smile when you're accomplishing the areas that you want to get done, family. It's important for you to do that. When it comes to this amazing episode, family, it's important for all of us to acknowledge ourselves. It's important for all of us to say yes to us. And it's important for all of us to love ourselves. We're able to love ourselves even more when we're doing it this way. It's important for us to understand that you can definitely do this by saying that I can do this. I can win. I can truly be able to do anything that I want to do. I'm telling you, saying those words are really going to be powerful for yourself as you move forward ahead. Now, our purpose is meaningful. You truly deserve it. Begin to make it very small and simple. Do the things that you want to do. If you want to be a baker, you can be that baker. If you want to be that musician, you can be that musician. If you want to be an artist, you can be an artist. And it's important for us to begin to set a tone into that. Write it down that you want to do that. And then break it down. And guess what? If you don't know certain things, it's okay to get a coach like me. And it's called, hey, gets more information. If you need education, it's fine. You can go back to school. You can do that. And guess what? If you want to get a book, you can get a book. I have books as well. How to Get Unstuck, Confused to Focus out there. And I have resources on my website for you as well. Definitely, I talk about this all the time. And definitely, if you're out there and you want to get it at the bookstore, those are out there as well too. So many of our amazing, great creatives have books out there. They begin to take pen to paper and they begin to write out all those ideas. Do you have ideas? I feel that you do. If you got ideas, it's okay. I love my journals. Make sure you get a journal, get your pen and paper and write them all out. Write the things that you want to do and have a step-by-step process to do it. I'm telling you, it's real easy. Just begin to write out everything that's in your mind and begin to strategically plan it and make it very simple for yourself. That I want to begin to be a baker. I want to begin to actually be a coach. I want to begin to be able to have my own business. It's okay. Write that down. And as process go every day, you'll begin to fill up the ideas to begin to fill those things that you wrote down. That's all you got to do. You don't have to do it all at once. You don't have to commit it to do it to do everything right all at once. There's no wrong. Everything is right, family. Just write everything that you want to do. And as you begin to live life's journey, you'll be able to exceed in anything that you want to exceed in, family. That's what I love to say. It's important for all of us to understand that you win. It's important for all of us to understand that these ideas are coming up in your head for a reason. Begin to move forward each and every day in your journey. And as you begin to fulfill this, your purpose is going to continue to evolve. It's going to continue to develop. Don't forget about you. Don't forget about the things that you desire to do. When you were a young person, you had ideas, write those ideas down. Don't forget it. Don't forget about you, because you truly deserve it. And you deserve to win each and every day. I love this episode, family, and I love connecting with each and every one of you. It's important for us to ignite our brilliance and our genius within ourselves. We are truly creators, and we can definitely begin to harvest anything that we want to achieve, family, as we continue to move this life journey. I promise you, you win and you matter. Like I say, always with our episodes, I really want each and every one of you to understand that you need to choose you. I'm going to say that again. You need to choose you. It's important for us to choose that with each other. Definitely on the Confused to Focus TV. I love this episode, family. So you already know, I will love for each and every one of you to connect with me on my website. IamLakeisha.com, family. That is a location where you'll be able to see me and all of my amazing resources. You'll be able to see my purpose. And definitely you'll be able to connect with me on my next events, like the Breaking Free from Toxic Patterns Summit 2025. That is coming up this year, family. You definitely want to seek me for that information moving ahead, because I love for each and every one of you to be there with me on this amazing summit, which is going to be great this year. Definitely make sure you connect with me on a recap of last year's summit too as well. And definitely go ahead and register for that information for myself and 6 other Power Pack coaches that shared how they broke free from their toxic patterns as well. Definitely you make sure you connect with me on the Rise Above Breaking Free from Toxic Patterns membership program. That is on my website as well. You can go ahead and sign up for the 6-month process and also for the yearly process. Definitely for that, where we can connect with each and every moment of those areas that you have areas where there's issues when it comes to toxic patterns. You don't have to do it alone. Let's go ahead and subscribe with that amazing monthly program for all of us to do this together. And definitely make sure you connect with me on all of our amazing products and services as well, book resources, and our merch. You definitely want to connect with my merch. I have on my amazing t-shirt, Soul Rockstar t-shirt. I have on the pink one right now. And also you have to connect with me and get your t-shirt today. And guess what? Get one for somebody else. And definitely for all of my book resources, family, like How Did I Get Unstuck, Confused to Focus, and Free Yourself book. You definitely want to grab your book today. And as we move forward, family, I promise you it's going to be a great space for each and every one of you to connect with on that website. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on next week at 5 p.m. on Thursday. Definitely moving forward ahead on our amazing channel. You already know how I end my shows. And all you do, lead with confidence, understanding, and love always. Continue to be brilliant, family. I look forward to seeing you again, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Have an amazing and a great day.